I'm gonna go ahead and get started on this next project, but I need to get these logs out of here. That way I can get started. Always something. Always something. Alright, so welcome back to the journey. I went ahead and, I don't know, you can probably see in the background, pulled out my Garvey lifting tongs. I'm going to try to utilize that with the tractor. So this tree was actually cut down last year. It's been down almost a full year. So it should be nowhere near as heavy as what it used to could, but it's still going to be fairly heavy. Really all I need to do is kind of drag it straight down. That way I can put it up on some blocks, and then we're going to rip it in half. And then from there, I actually have a new tool that I had ordered, and we're going to try to cut this up into some timbers. So both this one, I have another smaller piece of the tree a little further up, so I'm going to pull both logs down and just try to see what we can do today just to prep some timbers for the project that we're trying to do next. All right, well, I also need to go find a pin for my D-Shackle. For whatever reason, can't find it. I don't know. I'm always misplacing stuff everywhere. Okay, second thought. Can't find the other D-Shackle that I needed for this lifting tong, so it's all right. I'm sure I could just put the chain around this whole thing, but I really want to put another D-Shackle on this. So last time I used this, nothing on Garvey, is all my fault. I actually bent this a little bit, so I'm gonna have to fix that. But I do have these that I can use. Hopefully they'll work. Be a little small, but I can connect the chain directly to that. See if we can't drag this thing out of here. Oh yeah, Anson, I don't think you had enough Wheaties. I don't think there's enough Wheaties in the world for you to be able to do that, but we'll at least go get the tractor and try it that way. Yeah, we've got it all set up, well, almost all set up. I got the tractor over here, and I thought I still had the hitch on here, but I don't. So obviously, if you have an implement on the back, obviously I have like a ball here to be able to pull like small trailers and stuff. But I don't want to be pulling a log with this, right, from the 3-point hitch. It's not what it's made for. So obviously you want to keep it down low as well. So I do have a hitch that goes in there. It also has a D-ring on it. That way I can connect my chain directly to it. And then, yeah, so, but that hitch, I believe, is all the way on the other side of the pond. So I need to go get that, and I'll be right back. 2 people would be nice, but. Don't always get what we want. Okay, you got this one up on the log dogs, and obviously I still just need to clean it up a little bit, you know, try to get off any mud and stuff so I'm not doling stuff. Pull off this poison ivy so I'm not cutting through it and it's causing a whole bunch of havoc. Later, probably clean up some of these branches that are still sticking out a little bit. And then, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and cut this one just straight in half. That way I have a flat side that I can reference to. Fairly flat side. This doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just making rough cut timbers to put a shed foundation pad basically right here where it's sitting. And yeah, I just think that's going to work out the best. Is I need to have at least a flat side. So, I mean, even if I don't cut it in half, I still need to have a flat side I can reference to with a 2x6. That way I can put down a 2x6 to start cutting some wood out of this, some timbers, some, you know, at least like a 4x6 or something to that nature. So, yeah, I think I should be able to get a couple out of this at least. I mean, this log is fairly straight. I mean, it does have a little bit of a kick down at that end, kind of kicks a little bit to the right. But yeah, I think it'll be all right. Well, we'll get some timbers out of this. Good enough for what I need it for. But I need at least 2 out of this because this is the long side. And then that one up there, I need at least 2 out of that because that's going to be the short side for this. So, yeah. Okay, up next, I actually wanted to show this. Not sponsored by any way, but I did pick up this tool off of Amazon. We are an Amazon affiliate. It does not cost you any extra. So if you're looking for a way to sharpen your chain, I will tell you, this does take a little bit of finagling to kind of get this set up. Now for me, I actually had to take this piece here and I had to flip it around the other direction. Plus I had to kind of like sand or file down a little bit this block on this part that moves. Okay, and then also I have a little bit of the steel multi-purpose grease. I just kind of put it on there. It also helped out a little bit. And then, so whenever you're going to set this up, so let me go ahead and get us to our next link. Alright, so I'm at the next link. So if you kind of look at this tool, and they actually sent me, I have like 6 of these things. So supposedly you get a I've heard anywhere from 10 sharpenings to 50 sharpenings to whatever. So this one, it's not necessarily like a carbide burr that I've seen other folks have with this. I've seen these come in different colors, right? Obviously, probably different manufacturers making all the same thing, just different stuff. So this one's more like a sandpaper type. But it is tapered. So if you look at it, it's smaller at the tip than it is up here at the top. So I found that whenever you're setting this up, to kind of bring it into the very tip, so I'll bring that in there, and so you want to back this block off just a little bit, bring it in right to your very tip. So if you can't see that, here, let me grab you, kind of bring you up, kind of see what I'm seeing. So see how I have that tip just barely on that tooth, and then from there I go ahead and move my block back until that arm is touching that, and it's kind of pushing it up into that sharpener. Now whenever I turn this, I'm turning it towards the tooth, and then as I'm going, because that's tapered, it's going to keep going, and you can see here too that it does bottom out. So as you're turning, it just keeps going, and then once it's bottomed out, boom, you're done sharpening that tooth. Right? So now you can take that out, go to your next one, and then go basically all the way around until you're done. And I personally like doing just the same tooth, right? So like this one here, and then I skip one, and I get all of these done first, and then, I mean, because sure, you can kind of go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth on this, so you're not having to skip. But I don't know, call me old fashioned. I like doing the one side first and then doing the other side second. But yeah, it turned out okay. I mean, it feels as sharp as a new chain. And then this was also the tool, once again, not sponsored. I had purchased this from Amazon. So this is going to mount up to my bar in here somewhere. And I'll get this done. So, and this one also slides, so you can either put this onto a 2x4, which right now is set up for a 2x4, or take this part off or flip it around. It goes to a 2x6, and then basically you're able to use this as a vertical style chainmail saw, or the chainsaw mill. That's what I'm looking for. Chainsaw mill. And I only have a 20-inch bar on here, so it's going to be pretty interesting, because that log that's back there is bigger than 20 inches, and I don't think I'm going to be able to cut all the way through utilizing this. So that's why I'm going to try to my best, just freehand cut, with this right down the center to kind of cut that log in half, and then kind of go from there. But I will have a link to this down in the description. I'll also have a link to this down in the description. You can go check it out if you need it yourself. Like I said, it doesn't cost you any extra. And yeah, that's it. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the camera. I'm going to go ahead and get this chainsaw sharpened up. And then I have some other stuff that I need to kind of do today that's not going to be included with this. So I guess I'm going to go ahead and leave you with that one. But yeah, that's basically, for me, how I'm moving logs around the property, kind of utilizing. I would like to be able to utilize the other one that I got from Garvey, the log tongs, but I still need to kind of repair that one, and I need to get another shackle for the top. But those older ones that I got, I mean, those things I can tell were hand forged, not by me, but it also kind of sits, a little better in my heart, utilizing handmade tools, being a blacksmith. So with that being said, I guess we thank you for following in on our journey. Help us grow, share us out. It's greatly appreciated. And yeah, that's really it. So if you'd like to stick around a little bit further on this journey we call life, then YouTube suggests that you watch this video right here, or I'll throw up a playlist over here on the other side. And then we have the icons up here at the top, make it easy to subscribe both here and to a side channel. Go check that out, it's greatly appreciated. And then last but not least, always get out there, thank a veteran every chance you get, not only on Veterans Day. And we'll see you on the next one. Later, friends.